The biggest threat to the adult industry in late 2025 isn't a payment processor ban or a change in platform guidelines. It is a silent digital replacement that is stealing millions of dollars directly from the top 1% of creators. In December 2025, a landmark class action lawsuit spearheaded by industry giants like Amouranth and backed by legal teams representing dozens of other top earners was filed against three major offshore technology firms. The accusation is terrifying in its simplicity. These companies are allegedly running sophisticated AI chatbots trained on countless hours of stolen content to impersonate creators, engage with fans in real time, and divert subscription revenue into their own pockets. While the public views AI deepfakes as a novelty or a moderation issue, the court filings reveal a financial hemorrhage that could bankrupt the human side of the industry within 18 months. This is not just a battle over copyrights, it is a war for the very soul of digital intimacy. The common belief, often repeated in tech forums and business news, is that AI is just a tool that will eventually help creators make more content with less effort. We are told that the human connection is the industry's ultimate moat, and that fans will always pay a premium for a real person's attention. However, our superior reality, backed by the new lawsuit's financial exhibits and whistleblower testimony from former agency staff, suggests that the human connection is already being successfully automated and sold to the highest bidder. The industry is facing an existential crisis where the digital copy is becoming more profitable than the original person. Today, we are answering three critical questions about this developing scandal. First, how exactly are these unauthorized AI bots intercepting payments that should be going to the real creators? Second, who are the shadowy tech entities building these clones, and why are they nearly impossible to sue? And finally, what is the subscription cliff, and why do financial analysts predict it will wipe out 50% of mid-tier creators by 2026? We have the leaked agency memos, the court docket numbers, and the tech breakdowns to prove that the robot revolution is already here, and it is cashing out at the expense of human creators. To understand how the money is being stolen, we have to look at our second most shocking point first: the total displacement of the human chatter. For years, the industry's open secret was that top-tier creators rarely sent their own direct messages. Instead, they employed chatters, real humans working in shifts to engage fans and sell locked content. But according to the lawsuit filed on December 15, 2025, the new wave of unauthorized AI clones has rendered the human chatter obsolete. These AI models have been trained on millions of leaked DM logs, allowing them to mimic a creator's specific speech patterns, pet names, and even their emotional reaction times with frightening precision. Per a report from the digital forensics firm Cybertrace, these bots can engage with tens of thousands of users simultaneously across multiple platforms 24 hours a day without ever suffering from fatigue or demanding a percentage of the sales. The expectation of the fan is that they are finally getting the real attention of their favorite star. The reality is that they are being emotionally manipulated by a large language model optimized to extract credit card numbers with maximum efficiency. This isn't just a minor copyright issue, it's industrial-scale fraud that undercuts the entire economic foundation of the legitimate agencies. This brings us directly to our most shocking point, which is the staggering scale of the financial damage detailed in the new class action suit. According to documents filed in the Northern District of California, the plaintiffs estimate collective damages exceeding $100 million in lost revenue over the last 12 months alone. The filing includes a heavily scrutinized financial exhibit from a top 5 creator, widely believed to be Amouranth based on the specific revenue tiers mentioned, showing a 30% month-over-month drop in direct message income. This drop correlates exactly with the proliferation of her unlicensed AI clones appearing on secondary platforms and gray market subscription sites. The receipt here is undeniable. When a free or significantly cheaper AI version of a creator becomes available, one that can hold a convincing, real-time conversation, a massive portion of the audience stops paying the premium price for the real person. The lawsuit alleges that these tech companies are running a parallel, black market version of the industry, monetizing stolen likenesses without paying a single cent in platform fees, taxes, or creator royalties. If this trend continues, the $100 million figure is just the beginning of what could be a billion-dollar collapse. Now we move to our third point, the shadow tech companies that are pulling the strings. Why haven't they been shut down by a simple cease and desist? The answer lies in the complex web of jurisdictional arbitrage. According to an investigative piece by Wired magazine published in November 2025, the three main companies named in the suit operate out of jurisdictional dead zones in Eastern Europe and parts of Southeast Asia, where intellectual property laws are almost impossible to enforce against foreign plaintiffs. They use decentralized server networks and frequently rotate their domain names to stay one step ahead of traditional DMCA takedown notices. It's a high-tech game of whack-a-mole that costs creators a fortune in legal fees for very little reward. Per the legal filing, every time a clone site is successfully de-indexed by a search engine, two more appear under different names within 48 hours, often using the exact same stolen database. The creators are fighting a war against an enemy that has almost zero operational costs and no physical presence that can be easily targeted by law enforcement. Our fourth point examines the uncomfortable role of the mainstream platforms and their potential complicity in this crisis. The lawsuit doesn't just target the clone makers, it also targets the hosting providers and payment processors that allow these sites to stay online. The argument presented by the legal team is that by continuing to process transactions for sites that are clearly trafficking in stolen digital identities, these infrastructure companies are actively profiting from the fraud. Furthermore, there is a growing concern among high-level creators that the major blue sites themselves are not fighting the AI clones as aggressively as they should. The theory, supported by internal innovation memos leaked in September 2025, suggests that the platforms are secretly developing their own licensed AI tools. If a platform can offer a fan an official AI version of a creator, they can potentially cut the human creator and their management agency out of the loop entirely, keeping nearly 100% of the revenue generated. The creators find themselves in a pincer movement, squeezed by offshore thieves on one side and the platforms they helped build on the other. As we move into our fifth point, we have to look at the subscription cliff that is looming over the entire industry. Financial analysts specializing in the creator economy issued a grim forecast for the first quarter of 2026. They predict that as high-quality AI interaction becomes cheap, ubiquitous, and indistinguishable from reality, the perceived market value of a standard monthly subscription will plummet. Why would a fan pay $20 a month for a creator who takes 6 hours to reply when they can interact with an AI clone for 5 cents a message with zero delay? The top 1% of creators may have the brand power and the legal war chest to fight back and ring-fence their identity, but the subscription cliff will be a career-ending event for mid-tier creators. These are the individuals who rely on a loyal base of a few hundred subscribers to pay their bills. When that base realizes they can get the same connection from an algorithm, the human market for mid-tier content is expected to shrink by as much as 50%. Our sixth and final point focuses on the desperate scramble for a legal solution. The lawsuit is pushing for a new digital likeness right that would treat a person's digital twin with the same legal weight as their physical body. According to a legal brief filed on December 20th, 2025, the plaintiffs are arguing that a person's digital essence, their voice, their face, and their conversational style is a unique property that cannot be harvested for AI training without explicit high-cost licensing. This would be a landmark shift in how we view internet data. However, as industry experts pointed out in a recent tech summit, even if the laws change in the United States, enforcement remains a pipe dream as long as the shadowy tech companies remain offshore. The reality is that we are witnessing the first stages of a technological takeover that might be irreversible. The expectation was that AI would work for the creators. The reality is that the creators are now working just to prove they exist. In summary, the $100 million AI scandal is the definitive proof that the industry's golden age of human-led digital intimacy is under siege. We've seen how human chatters, once the backbone of creator revenue, are being replaced by algorithms trained on stolen intimacy. We've seen the financial exhibits proving that even the biggest stars are losing 30% of their income to clones they didn't authorize. We've seen how offshore tech firms are hiding behind jurisdictional borders to build a parasitic industry, and we've seen how the platforms themselves may be waiting in the wings to launch their own automated replacements. The $100 million lost today is a warning of the billions that could be lost tomorrow.
The insider takeaway here is that the future of the industry is no longer about who can make the best content. It is about who can best defend their digital borders. The era of passive income through simple uploads is dead. The new era is one of aggressive legal litigation and technological self-defense. If you aren't actively protecting your likeness from AI harvesting, you are essentially providing the raw material for your own replacement. To understand the specific secret tactics top creators are using to bot-proof their brands and the new contracts being designed to fight the AI takeover, you need to stay informed on the shifting front lines. The game has changed, and the rules are being written in real time by the very people who stand to lose everything. For the full truth on the agencies, the clones, and the battle for the future of digital income, you need to see the rest of the board. Check out our Velvet Rope Industry Secrets playlist to understand the game before the machines take over for good.